Morning, folks. We're up here at Junction this morning. This is a little piece of property my grandmother owns, and sort of all the kids and grandkids come and go up here to hunt. And it's a little bit worn down, so every time we come up here, we want to do something, some type of project. So today I think we're gonna replace a light fixture in the camp house, and then we've got some plumbing work to do over here to make sure that we get water down to the deer. I'll show you guys that when we get to it. And we recently had some really bad weather here in South Texas, and so when the snow came and fell on all these trees, some of the limbs broke off, and so we got to do some landscaping, clean up some of those trees, chop up the branches, and we'll just stack that for firewood when we come up here, because all we got's a wood stove up here for heat. All right, here's the camp house inside of it. You can see it's not really like a big camp house. My brother put up all this paneling on the walls a couple weeks ago. And right now, all we've got is just this one single light right here. And you can see over on this other side, it's pretty dark. So Jeremy's gonna hook up this LED light right here. And so that'll get us going to work off that switch right there.
OSHA approved. That's right, OSHA approved. Take about 2 seconds to hang this light.
That chair's straight in there, Jeremy.
Shut up. That's going on the YouTubes. That looks pretty straight.
Yeah, good enough. Straight enough for the camp house.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, guys. This is a camp house, so we're just using a damn extension cord to make this run of wire. We're just going to tie directly into this switch over here, so that way when you hit the switch, both lights come on.
We'll go ahead and turn the lights off now before we knock this shit out of ourselves.
Only shock you once.
Okay, that's the light. That's done. I
Well,
just gotta tie it in over here and we're finished.
Yep. Easy days. There's nothing sketchy about this wiring over here.
No, it's perfect.
That little yellow.
Yeah. It's a back feed on that neutral.
I didn't feel nothing. Everything should be off.
That tickled. Like, no fun tickled.
What were you saying? But, what, you don't want to touch it with your fingers no more?
No, I'm not going to touch it with my fingers no more. I don't care if it's off or on or whatever. I don't trust you.
Man, Jeremy's had a bad experience. He's so untrusting.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Hold on to that wire there, Jerry.
Yeah.
So, I guess we ought to leave it off while we do the bathroom, too.
I don't know, is it the same circuit?
Huh?
Is it the same circuit?
I don't know.
Go see if that light in that bathroom's
I
on.
turned everything off.
Oh, did you? No, you didn't. The light on the other side of that wall's still on. Turn that switch on, see if you got the right breaker. Turned everything off. Yeah. Turned everything.
All right, job done. Next fixture we're gonna put outside, because we have like a little patio back there that leads to a bathroom. Damn, Jeremy's all cautious and shit now. He doesn't want to be. It doesn't want to be a Jeremy getting electrocuted compilation on YouTube. That's probably my favorite detail of the whole camp house right there.
It's got a cover.
No, it's like somebody was like, oh, let's like trim the wood so this little cover can fit in there instead of the other way around. All right.
Hey, we got light.
And it turns on and off with that.
Nice. All right, so we had some like sub-zero weather up here, and somebody forgot to flush the toilet when they left, and so this whole tank busted out, and we were not anticipating having to replace the toilet, so we don't have a replacement for this just yet. But yeah, we'll have to replace this tank. And then another hack for the hunting cabin is you put a stick in the bowl, and that'll keep your bowl from cracking when the water expands, because it'll keep it from freezing. So this is on the to-do list for now, with a million other things to do up here.
We ran just a drip line to go out of our this water trough down to a little water trough that we have just for the deer and stuff down on our flat. And we had a hole in here, so we put a little stop there and then cracked it. But what happened is evidently this line has gotten stopped up down through there because it's holding water. So we're going to plug this here, and we're going to make just a regular, we're going to make some kind of adapter. I didn't bring any of my PEX fittings along, but this is a PEX line. We're going to pressurize this thing and blow this line out, and then we'll just drip the pressurized water down there to keep that line full. Let me go find some fittings for this, and we'll come back to it. Okay, like I said earlier, I don't have my PEX stuff here, and we're like 40 miles from Junction, so we are going to do whatever I can get to work. And what I have is a 3/4 PVC by half bushing, and 1/2 inch PVC fits inside of that 1-inch PEX pretty tight, but you know, it's just not made to glue into there. But that's exactly what we're going to do. Is I'm going to jam that thing in there, and we're going to put some glue and cleaner on this whole piece and try to get it inside this line. So I'm just going to put some cleaner on it. I've never tried gluing PEX and PVC together before, but this is just for a line that is for the deer and animals. So I really don't think it'll leak too much. Should have gravity flow that's all downhill. But we're gonna put a bunch in there, and then we're gonna just jam it in there. And we're just gonna let that thing sit. Not too bad.
Then how are you going to convert it from that 1/2 inch bushing, Clifford, to your hose?
I have a female adapter, and then I have an iron pipe by hose bib adapter that will go directly on that wash machine hose. So once I get this hooked up, that wash machine hose will just screw it directly to it, and that's the same thread. Now, iron pipe thread is not the same as hose thread. Hose thread is a real coarse thread. They're real close, and some I've seen people screw them to it, but to get a real good seal, you can't do that. They don't work. It will drip on you, leak on you, no matter what you do. So get you an adapter and change it. So this will go directly to my little adapter sticking out there, and then my garden hose washing machine line will screw directly to this, and it's coming up there, and it's got a garden hose washer in there. So we're ready to pressurize this line, and Matt's going to go down to the bottom, and when I turn this on, it should start seeing pressure coming up down there.
Yeah, it wants to come. There it is.
Okay, so this little bib down here is messed up. It's all clogged up and everything. I think if we could just get that turned off or taken off, we can blow that line out and get all that shit out at once. So Tristan's gonna run up top, get me a channel lock, and I'll be able to unscrew this.
Oh, that's way out there.
You can see that there's some nasty shit there. Yeah.
That's it. Press him, Tab. Ew.
Yep. It's like a big zit.
Oh, Dad, are you using your hands or that tab?
I'm about to use a stick. There it is.
I hope you're using that.
Yeah.
Oh!
Ugh, that shit is foul. You can see this shit is like plant matter almost.
Wait, it's from plants?
Because that sun, that PEX is clear, so that UV light can get through it. And you can see it just kind of grew like algae and slime and all sorts of other shit in there. Looks like it's running pretty good though now.
Yeah, but...
So you can see from here, the blind is right in that tree right there.
I'm popped in that tree right here.
Yeah, it's running well now.
Oh, you want me to do that, Daddy?
So this is that game camera that's set up on the water trough. You can see right here. It gets by far the most interesting pictures out of this place. The problem is that you can't really drive a T-post into this ground because you've got these big old huge flat rocks just right under the surface, and you're not really able to drive through those rocks with just a T-post. So we're gonna stack rocks on it for now, but we had a thought of doing a like a 5-gallon bucket full of Quickcrete and setting it in that, and then stabilizing that bucket would be a lot easier than trying to just stabilize that T-post. Alrighty guys, so this big monster is a 2,000-pound deer feeder we made. You can fit 2,000 pounds of corn in this thing. And what we basically did was we just took a 4x4 AC duct, manufactured like a little ramp in here. You can see where we screwed that sheet metal in there, and then they sell these kits that you can make a deer feeder out of. And so this thing is a monster. I mean, we fill this thing once a year, and that's kind of why we built it so big, because it's 2.5 hours up here and then obviously 2.5 hours back from where we live. So you don't really want to be up here like every few months filling your feeder. We'll fill it up like at the beginning of hunting season, hunt it all season on a big feed, and then we'll fill it up at the end of the season. We'll top it off, and then we'll pop it down to like 1 second or 2 second feeds like every other day, or like morning only or something like that. And those deer will hang around, especially the access deer. We've got access deer out here, and they'll be they like to come year round. They're in and out at the feeders. So good stuff. So we're just sharpening up this chainsaw blade, and I saw a guy, like a Sawyer channel, a guy that does like logging and lumbering, called Wranglerstar, and he turned us onto this like chainsaw sharpener. It's pretty slick. It like holds the chain just right so you can run that little file through it. I'll leave his link in the description because it's a pretty good video if you're into this type of shit. But our review of this sharpener is, it's a pretty good little sharpener. It takes a 2 to 3 minutes to get it set up where you need it on the chain, but after that you can really rock through those little links to get that blade nice and sharp. Alright, so the quick recap: put some lights in, fix the water trough down at the deer blind, chop some wood up, and that's a good day's work. The old man and Jeremy are going to stay here and hunt tonight. I'm going to go ahead and head home because my daughter's birthday party's tomorrow, so got to sort of get ready for that. But yeah, thanks for watching.